amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another Vinland Saga reaction video. I think the last episode was absolutely incredible. I really do. I think it was absolutely amazing. So well done, so in-depth, so just brilliant in terms of the emotion it was conveying, and it really answered a lot of questions, but put this season and this anime into perspective. And yeah, I think it was absolutely fantastic episode. Amazing. I'm super excited to see where the rest of the season goes, especially considering the last episode ended with us seeing CANUTE as well. Man, I'm loving season 2. I'm loving season 2 so much. I think it's fantastic. A couple of episodes ago, some people were like saying that they weren't sure if I was enjoying it, and I made with my reaction to Thorfinn and all these sort of things, and then people were like saying, how does Luke not understand that Thorfinn's gone through all of season 1, blah 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 blah. The thing is, you will forget that, like, for me, Thorfinn went through all of that, but had this mentality of, like, strength and craziness. The last time I saw him, he still had that. And then since that version of Thorfinn to now, he's different. So all of you, when I say, like, oh, it's interesting what happened to Thorfinn that turned him to this, I don't mean, oh, all of this. I mean what happened when he went from this version to this version in that gap. And I don't know why people are, like, really on my ass about that one. Chill out, okay? Because some of you were really going for me on that statement, and some of you were really kicking my ass when I said epic. I was like, that scene was epic. I've seen scenes where, like, it's heartbreaking and devastating, but so powerful and just incredibly well written that I would say that was epic. I mean epic. When I say, like, epic, I don't know, like, that scene was epic when he was, like, standing there and not moving. I thought that was an epic scene. And I don't know why people were like, oh, that's not epic, it was sad. It's like, epic can mean sad, alright? Chill. I'm just saying. All I want to say before we continue is, I'm really enjoying Vinland Saga. I'm having a really good time watching this. I feel like it could definitely be one of the best anime I've ever seen. Please, in the comments, don't be a dick, alright? Because I'm not joking. If the comments are, like, really dicky, then it ruins the watch viewing experience. And sometimes you guys misinterpret how I'm feeling. It's not all of you. 99% of you are just absolute sweethearts and make it really fun. But if you want to tell me something, just don't be a dick about it. Alright, I just wanted to point that out before we jump to this one, because some of the comments are getting a bit harsh. And I don't know why, because I'm really into this. I feel like you guys are arguing against the wrong person here, because maybe you're getting me confused with some other reactor. Anyway, like and subscribe. Chill out, enjoy the ride, and let's jump into my first time ever reaction to Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 5. Soldiers. The last episode ended seeing CANUTE, so I'm guessing we're gonna see him now, because I don't think there'd be soldiers at the farm.
耳も遠いのかこのジジイは。動くな衛兵ども。王は俺の間合いの中だ。
I still can't believe this scene, by the way. I cannot believe this scene. It was so good. It was just so unpredictable. My favorite thing in anything is just being tricked. Anything that catches me off guard.
剣を収めよ。さればこの比例は許そう。許す？図に乗るな蛮族めが。我が一族と我が民への軍は万死に値する。最後の忠告だ。剣を収めよう。アシェラと。そりゃあだ名だ。我が母より授かりし真の名を教えてやろう。ルキウス・アルトリウス・カストゥス。よこそがこのブリタニアの地を滑るべき正統の王である。
So fucking amazing. Just never saw it coming, man.
スカッとしたぜ。
I honestly didn't think we were gonna see like the others for ages, just because it seems so focused on the Thorfinn story in this farm. Not that I had a problem with that, by the way. I'm really enjoying season 2 so far.
一時はデンマーク勢力に覇権を奪われたイングランドであったが、1014年デンマーク王スヴェンの死によって情勢は大きく変動する。
Some incredibly
デ
big
ンマーク
battles.
とイングランドは再び剣を交える事態に陥った。父スヴェンの覇業を引き継いだデンマークバイキングイングランド方面軍の長クヌート。スヴェンの死を受け亡命先のノルマンディーから舞い戻り福井を果たしたエセルレッド2世。両雄それぞれがイングランド王を名乗り、王権の行方は再び不確定状態となる。相次ぐ戦乱にイングランドは疲弊していた。
I would say if you ever wanted to learn about a century of history, just learn about the from 1000. So from the 10th, I don't know what they're called, the 10th century, or is it 9th century? I always forget how it's like marked. But literally from the year 1000 to the year 1100, just in England specifically, the amount of just treachery, battles, wars, armies, different kings, and just changing of the country is remarkable. Some of the most historic moments in like shaping England today happened in those 100 years.
陛下、お下がりを。大事ない。世は飲んでおらぬ。陛下、お慈悲を。主イエスに誓って私は何も知らなかったんです。お飲み物に毒など。陛下、お慈悲を。
You killed a dog, bro. It's over. You killed a dog.
遅くなってよ。
What kind of man is Canute now? Well, he's definitely a man. He's got a beard. We can tell now. Not our beautiful princess Canute anymore.
いやいや、しかし
He's still alive?
あれようですな、これは。
I thought he would have been killed ages ago.
陛下、中元の宝石と形容されたマーシアがこのありさまとは復興には時を要するでしょうな。
グンナル、人事のように言うな。荒らしたのは我々だ。
Look at
あ
his
れはなんだ。
face.
え？ああ、はい。あれはこの地を制圧した我が軍の先遣隊です。
そうではない。何をしているのかと聞いているのだ。
そりゃあ略奪でしょう。小敷の中から売れそうな娘を探してるんですよ。
禁じたはずだ。あの者たちの首をはねて道にさらせ。
しかし戦利品の収集は戦の慣例です。やたら取り締まるのは。
軍律を守れぬ者は我が兵ではない。首をはねて道にさらせ。
はあ、では。おい、マジっすか。
Ah, Mr. Angry Yorms himself. We haven't seen the Yorms Vikings properly in action. I've always kind of wanted to see it. Because they're supposed to be amazing, aren't they?
フローキー、段取りは
上々です。いつでも。奴らはすでに待たせてございます。
They kind of give me like Unsullied
しかし
vibes.
陛下、ご自身がお会いにならなくとも我々に任せていただければ。
よい。戦況視察のついでだ。会ってみよ
マーシア伯エアドリクは小心者です。お会いになる価値はありません。
人物の出来と利用価値の有無は別だ。いずれにせよ会って判断する。それにな、わざわざここに赴いたのには他にも理由があるのだ。
I feel like they've done a really good job of reintroducing Canute, like how they've done it, how they've showcased his like character, where his mindset is now, his control over his forces, what's happened with England, this battle that's going on. I feel like they've done a really good job at not only explaining it, but explaining his character, explaining the situation. I really love their reintroduction of him. It's very nicely done.
と申されますと。
Well, I wonder who that is. That could be anybody.
あれをなだめねばならん。そなたたちでは荷が重かろう。
はあ、確かに。
You're gonna want to move out of the way, everybody.
殴らせろ。とりあえずてめえ黙って一発殴らせろ。
落ち着けトルケル。
俺らな、戦を途中で止め
I see.
カエルよりでっけえなんだよ。
More than he hates frogs. It's a bit random.
カエル
Yeah, why does he hate
休戦の
frogs?
申し出があったのだ。この地での勝敗はもはや決した。ご苦労だったな、トルケル。
やかましいわ。戦ってのはな、一度始まったら大将首取るまで終わらねえんだ。あとちょっとでエアドリクの首をぶった切れるとこだったのによ。
こだわるな。マーシア伯エアドリクは一地方領主に過ぎぬ。戦局を大きく見よ
どうでもいいわい、そんなことは。俺は充実した戦争ライフを送れりゃいいんだよ。
東の地でエセルレッドの子エドモンドが不穏な動きを見せております。どうか東部鎮定にお力をお貸しくださいませ。トルケル殿の圧倒的な。
どこで誰とやるかは俺が決めるぜ、この野郎。サイコロ頭クヌート、忘れちゃいねえだろうな。俺はあん時こう言った。お前がこれから何をして何者になっていくのか。I
wonder if Canute's gonna get better with a sword as well. But then again, Canute doesn't really strike me as... Canute doesn't ever need to pick up a sword. So I know before people like come at me and go, well, because I'm like, oh, what about if Canute will get better with a sword? People are like, well, Canute doesn't need to get better with a sword, blah, blah, blah. I was just asking a question, man. Just I was wondering. I know he doesn't need to, but I was wondering.
ただの若造だ。いいか若造、どうしたっておめえは戦を避けられねえ。おめえの道は血と鉄で切り開くしかねえんだ。
Is it weird that for some reason I now really want to play Age of Empires? Like, really want to play Age of Empires. I think I've got it installed on this computer, actually. I might have to play some Age of Empires.
アシェラットがそうしたようにな。忘れんじゃねえぞ。おめえの歩く道は始まりから血まみれなんだぜ。いつまでやっとんじゃい。とせ死ねえ。腹立つ。今日だけは引き下がってやるがな。二度目はねえぞ。覚えとけ。
兵の前でなんたる侮辱。陛下、これはいくらなんでもお見過ごしになってはなりませんぞ。
なぜだ。一理ある。貴重な忠告だ。裏表のない男だ。あやつのように生きられるなら痛快であろうな。
It's curious seeing how Canute handles this situation, right? Thorkel literally shits on Canute in front of everybody. And even though Canute is saying it makes sense, but also respecting the resolve of his character, kind of makes me flash back to Thorfinn's actions in the heat of the moment out of sheer anger, how Thorfinn's mentality is now, and wondering if Thorfinn's mentality is how it is now before he was like banished or sold into slavery. And the reason I'm wondering that is because it seems interesting that Canute had this response to Thorkel, but had a completely different response to Thorfinn. So it's like in those different situations, you know? It's interesting.
行くぞ。
Trying to understand Canute's mind here. You alright, dude?
銀にして4000ポンド。今の我々に集められるすべてだ。お納めくだされ。我がマーシアより軍を引き上げてくれるならば、さらに4000坪をしよう。悪い話ではないはずだ、クヌート殿。
デーンゲルドということか。エアドリク殿。
返答はいかに、クヌート殿。
安いな。
What the fuck was that? What was that? His face and everything? Well, that was something. This is nothing. His little smile. I've never even seen Canute make that face ever, man. Jesus. Canute a bit scary. Oh, we're back at the farm, are we? It looks like it. No, we're not back at the farm. I'm not sure what's going on. He's like a pirate. Canute the ever-changing.
今一度聞く。そなたはこの金銀を私がマーシアから出ていくことを望んで支払うのだな。エアドリクよ。
8000ポンドだぞ。退去料に足りんということはないはずだ。
足りぬ。己の申していることをよく考えてみよう。そなたはこのイングランドのブレトワルダであるクヌートに金を持って治療から出て行けと申しておるのだぞ。王に対するその父兄につけた値段がこのはした金か。世はそなたの王である。世は世の領内の反乱を鎮めるためこの地へ来たのだ。無心のためではない。
It's kind of hard to argue with that logic. Canute is kind of bang on the money here. If he is declaring himself king of England, then going into a territory of England and being asked to leave and be paid for it, yeah, that's a bit fucked.
たわごと、我が君は由緒正しきウェセックス王家エセルレッド様だ。貴様などではない。こらよそんか。
He is
しかし父上
very dead.
時と場をわきまえよ。
確かにいるな。世の他にもイングランド王を名乗る者が。で、この手打ちはエセルレッドの許可があってのことなのか。
現状を知れば王陛下もきっとご理解くださる。
ほう、心の広い。自らの配下が治療安堵のために勝手に戦列を抜けると申してもエセルレッドは許すのか。
意地悪だな。
お人の悪い。
王が二人いるから世が乱れる。
Canute, you evil genius.
死なねばならぬ。かの者エセルレッドは先の戦の折民と玉座を捨て。
When I say evil, I mean evil in the eyes of them, by the way. The idea, man, Canute just has a way with words, doesn't he? This guy, immediately seeing the situation as well, being able to manipulate them. Like, I didn't even think the fact that they were doing this behind the person they proclaimed to be their king's back. Bit of a weird thing to do. That person is my king. But meanwhile, let me just slightly betray them over here. Please leave us alone, take all this money, bye-bye. We like this guy.
の者エセルレッドは先の戦の折民と玉座を捨てて亡命した腰抜けだ。そんな男にイングランドの未来を託すのは愚かなことだと思わぬか。
I don't know if I'm crazy, but I swear he fleed twice in history, but I don't know.
裏切れというのか、この私に。
すでに裏切っている。そなたの手を借りたいのだ、エアドリク。エセルレッドに消えてもらいたい。長年重臣としてあやつに仕えてきたそなたなら良い方法を知っていよう。
私から最後の忠節まで奪うというのか、若造。
その代わりマーシアは奪わぬ。エセルレッドの首が代価だ。得な買い物であろうが。
断る。休戦交渉は決裂した。貴様のような卑劣感とは断固戦うぞ。
フローキ、この陣は小心者ではないようだぞ。なかなかの気骨だ。
さて、お試しになってはいかがですか、陛下。
Oh dear.
で
Oh
よ
dear.
エアドリク殿、そなたに見せたいものがある。
Oh, I got a bad feeling, man. I don't know about this. What were they building earlier with like the straw and the wood and stuff? Because I thought it was the farm, but I'm guessing that was something they were building, like battlements. Are we about to find out? A pyre, maybe? It was a pyre. That is a massive fucking pyre, by the way. That is ridiculously big. Jesus.
準備は良いか。
はっ、陛下。
やれ。
のろし、何の合図だこれは。
That doesn't look like a signal fire. It's huge.
なんだ。一体。
I guess a signal fire would have to be big though, wouldn't it, right? Depending on how far you wanted it to travel. But that is big.
父上。あれを。あっちにも。
Does Gondor call for aid?
クヌート。何の合図だこれは。
That's the wrong question. The right question is, will Rohan answer?
世と戦うとはこういうことだ。想像するがいい、エアドリク。たった今、マーシアは灰に帰した。わかったか。世がその気になれば貴様らを焼き尽くすことなど造作もないんだ。 エセルレッドの首を差し出して安寧を変え、それが利口だ。
この翌年の1016年4月、イングランド王
Has a
エセル
year
レッド2
passed?
世が
We
死去
jumping?
す
Are we
る。
jumping a year? So, was Canute's plan literally to simulate to him what it would be like to go to war? That was what it was. Those weren't burnings of villages or anything like that. Those were literally pyres similar to that one, right? And it was just like the idea more than anything else. He was basically took him out there to say, if you go to war with me, look at this. One, look how easy it was to make all this. All these giant burning pyres all over your land. Look how easy that was for me just to create all these giant, monstrous fires. And two, imagine how easy it would be if instead of lighting a pyre on fire, every single bit of smoke is a village. Is it like something like that? Like along those lines, it was him just saying like, look how easy this was. Imagine how easy it could be. That's what I imagine Canute was saying there. Which, by the way, both dark, brilliant. It somehow seems cruel and evil, and yet is completely harmless at the same time. You know? Just masterfully done. He looks quite old, the king.
病没とされている。エセルレッドの死後、その息子エドモンドが王位を継承する。エドモンドはエセルレッドの後を継ぎ、クヌート軍を王位に苦しめ前線するが、7ヶ月後の同年11月、やはり病没する。
So a year and 7 months has passed so far now. Nearly 2 years have passed. Thorkel is getting older.
病没ときたね。スベン王でも10年かかった国取り合戦が3年足らずで終わっちまった。賢人会議がクヌートのことをブレとワルダとして認めるとさ。来年すぐに即位式だと。
クヌートの話はやめろ。酒がまずくなる。
This isn't what Thorkel wanted. He wanted a victory by fighting. He wanted battles all over England. Him at the head of them fighting. But that wasn't Canute's plan.
スベン、エセルレッド、エドモンド。
Man, Edmund, he got a lot of camera time, didn't he? Good old Edmund.
ライバルたちの相次ぐ奔死によって1018年クヌートは正式にイングランド王となる。
48 years, something crazy is about to happen in this country. And look, Canute has a beard now. We've had 2 very good episodes back to back, man. Episode 4 and episode 5 have been brilliantly done. Brilliant. I can always tell when an episode is really good because I look at my recording time and it's like it's shorter, and that means I haven't paused as much and I've just been sucked into the episode. And I feel like this was just like that. The thing is, this episode answered a lot of questions that I had, which is, I don't know how much time has fully passed. You guys tell me, but I don't know if you're supposed to in some instances. But sometimes, obviously, I just miss like the time jumps and that sort of thing. But I was incredibly curious as to what was going on with Canute, what had happened in that time. So an entire year, 2 years has passed. Canute is now the crowned king of England. And there you go. What does that mean now, though? Does that mean in this current timeline of events, Canute is just the undisputed king of England? I know what happens. I know, in like terms of history, what happens from here. Like especially the further into this century we go. But I don't remember how close it happens. That's the one thing that's throwing me off a little bit. I don't remember how close all of this happens. I don't remember when it all starts happening, all the craziness. Because a lot of craziness starts happening. I mean, we get to a point where it... Is it a spoiler if it's history? Because now I'm worried I'm going to spoil things for you guys. I don't know how far Vinland Saga is going to go. But we do get to a point in history where multiple nations are fighting for kingship of England. At least 3. And that doesn't just... That was sort of condensed into the Battle of 1066, but it happens all around that year. So, I mean, we haven't seen much from the Franks yet, but I know there's some heavy involvement from them coming soon. I don't know. I'm interested to see how much Vinland Saga showcases of the actual historical events and where we go from here. Luckily, I don't know too much about Canute. That is the good thing. I don't know too much about Canute. So that part I kind of like because I don't know anything about the reign or when the reign ends or anything like that, which is nice because watching Vinland Saga, it means in terms of Canute, even with like, because I have like a good, in England, we like learn quite heavily about our history here, which is really nice. And it's the only subject I always like put a lot of effort into. So I have I'd say I have a better than average knowledge of it, but all of my stuff is so citation needed, you know, which you guys have seen. Sometimes I say something and I'm slightly off or totally off or something like that, but the rough thing's there. So hopefully people aren't watching this going like, oh, Luke knows everything, because I really don't. A lot of this is wrong, and a lot of this I learned ages ago, so I get the dates all mixed up. And I'm sure there's tons of you watching this who know way more than I do. But I still just absolutely love it. And luckily, I've got a bit of a blank area in my mind when it comes to Canute's reign. I don't know anything, which is really cool, because it means I just have no idea where this goes, which I love. Yeah, this is like a grey area for me. I think this episode was fantastic. I think in what it showcased with Canute as his character and what he wants and what he's pushing to achieve and how he'll get it, I think it was brilliant. Brilliantly done in like showcasing who he is becoming as a king and as a person. Because before, we had Canute the softy, you know, this like shy, quiet, terrified of everything person. And then we had Canute just become cold, but so collective and also still fairly reserved, even though it didn't feel like it. But it feels like that kind of reserve in nature is gone. And now we just have Canute with the goal in mind and doing whatever Canute thinks is the smartest way to achieve that goal. Obviously now butting heads with Thorkel, who is kind of hoping for a reign of fire. Absolutely brilliantly done. I guess next episode we'll go back to the farm, and this was just filling in the blanks of what was going on with Canute. It's funny, I guess I would guess Thorfinn will never be with Canute again, which I find interesting, because I would love to see the conversations had between Canute and Thorfinn before Thorfinn's banishment. I would love to know like what conversations they shared, because they were fairly close, and obviously Thorfinn, in like everything that happened with Askeladd, to like I can't even imagine what he was going through, to like having to want to kill this guy, to then realizing how much he respected this guy, almost this guy being a father figure to him, and then dying in his arms like he did. And it's like, what happened at that point to now in terms of Thorfinn? That like freaking rabid bear that was just slashing at everybody, broken, to Thorfinn the broken himself. What happened there? And what conversation was had between Canute and Thorfinn? Do we ever see that? Because I'd just like to know. I'd like to know what Canute thinks of Thorfinn. You know? And I know people can speculate. I know people will speculate and they'll say things. But I'd love the anime to show me. That's one thing I'd love. Anyway, I really hope you all enjoyed this reaction as much as I enjoyed recording it. Have an awesome freaking weekend. I'll be live tonight on Twitch if you want to join me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support these reactions. And as always, my friends, you will see me in the next video.